Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to this week's Sweaty Strong Core Flow. So we're going to start the new year with strong full body movements and strengthening the core especially. Let's get started. For this week's practice, you don't necessarily need any props, but you might have a block somewhere next to your mat if you like to use blocks in your practice. And then let's get started. We're going to do a couple of movements on the floor, and then we're going to come standing up for our stronger flow. So find your way lying down on the back. We're going to wake up the core first, and then we're going to go into those a bit faster and stronger full body flows. And we're going to just take a few breaths here first. You could leave your knees bent, maybe have the knees leaning against each other if that feels better. And then take a few breaths in and out. Inhaling through the nose and exhale through pursed lips. As you exhale, just very lightly draw in through the lower belly. But while you're doing this, try not to press your lower back onto the mat. So leave that natural arch under the lower back. Let's do this 2 more times, just in your own pace. Continue 2 more breaths, inhaling through the nose and slow exhalation through pursed lips. Finding a bit of drawing in, engagement in the core. Last breath. And then as we start to move, you choose if you continue exhaling through pursed lips, even with a hissing sound, if that helps you to engage the core, or just inhale, exhale through the nose, what feels natural to you. And then if you have your knees leaning against each other, create a small gap between the knees, and we're going to start with bridge movements. So have your feet about hip width apart, arms next to your sides. And now today, in these bridge movements, we're going to just press down through the heels. So you might even lift your toes off the mat. So pressing down through the heels. Inhale first on the mat. And then exhale, press down through the heels and lift your pelvis, lift your back off the mat into the first bridge. Now, imagine your inner thighs want to reach towards the center line, so don't let them collapse out to the sides. And then with the next exhalation, slowly come back down onto the mat. I'm not going to cue every breath, so make sure you are breathing in your own pace. And then we're going to use, again, the exhalation to press down through the heels, to lift the pelvis, to lift the back up off the mat, opening the chest, and use an exhalation to lower down as well. Slow exhalations, controlled movement. Another 2 times. Exhalation, press the heels down and really feel the inner thighs engaged, hamstrings, buttocks engaged. Use your own exhalation to lower down. Again, not collapsing down, just slowly controlling the back, the pelvis down. Once more, with your own exhalation, press the heels down. Feel the legs engaging, opening the front line as you lift up into the bridge. And then with an exhalation, again, lowering back down. Good. And once the pelvis has come down, release the feet and do a couple of windshield wipers. Just swing the knees a bit from side to side. And then we're going to do some leg raises, or you might know this as scissor legs. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling, still keeping the pelvis down. And you're going to have an option to either keep the head, the shoulders down, or bring hands behind the head and then elevate your upper back, your head slightly off the floor. This will make the movement a bit stronger, so choose which one feels better for you. And then, as you inhale, lower your left leg down. Exhale, lift the left leg back up. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale from the core, lift the right leg up. And we continue. So inhalation brings the leg down, exhalation up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. And really feel the exhalation starting from the lower belly. Try to feel the leg connected to your spine, to your core. Inhaling and leg down. Exhaling up. Once more, the left leg and the right leg. Still waking up the core. Good, and then release your back, your head down, hug the knees in, and rock from side to side a few times. Rocking, massaging the lower back. And then we're going to keep hugging the knees and rock forward and back, bringing ourselves all the way up into a seat. You might need to rock a few times. And then we bring ourselves up onto all fours. So now bring yourself onto hands and knees. And we're going to do a few disco cats here. Also preparing our arms. We're going to have a lot of movements on the arms. So spread your fingers, open the palms. And then we start to circle the rib cage, circle the spine, circle the hips. Disco cat, moving the back, moving the hips, moving the shoulders. Let your neck and head follow that circling motion as well. So you are rounding and arching the back, but you're also moving out to the side, so getting a bit of side bending. From an easy place, change the direction. You might tuck the toes under here. Some people find that's more engaging for the core. And you can also keep your feet more engaged. That might help. Let's do a couple more circles. Make sure you are breathing. And then let's bring the spine back to the center. Find what feels like neutral spine. So you can draw in through the lower belly, but still keep that natural arch in the spine. And from here, tuck the toes under and now lift up into first downward facing dog. And take a moment here, maybe moving the hands, moving the feet, pedaling from one foot to the other. And trying to find that lifting up through the pelvis, kind of reaching the whole spine along. Knees could be a bit bent. Neck still soft. And really ground your hands. Next movement is going to be some planks, so make sure you feel stable on the hands and keep spreading the fingers and even slightly gripping the mat with the fingertips. So we're going to come into some side planks from your downward dog. Now shift the weight forward into a plank if needed. You can adjust your hands, and then we're going to go from one side to the other with some side planks. Now left hand stays down. We're going to turn towards the left side and open the right arm up towards the ceiling. So we're in a side plank. And then exhale, lower down. Now right hand comes down. We're going to turn to the other side. Left arm reaching up. Keep ankles, feet flexed. And exhaling down. And again, inhale, turn out towards. So you're opening to the right, but left hand stays down. Exhaling down. And we continue. Right hand stays down, left arm reaching up. Keep your legs straight. Exhaling down. Once more to each side. Inhale, lifting the right arm up, maybe even looking up. And exhaling, right hand comes down and left arm reaching up. Open the chest. And exhale, bring both hands down. Find that plank in the center. Breathe in and out. You're still in control. And then bring your knees down and lean into child's pose for a few breaths, just to take that weight off the hands. If you want, you might lift hands onto fingertips. The cupcake hands might help to release the wrists. Couple of deeper breaths in and out. And then spread the palms on the mat. Lift back onto hands and knees, and we go back into a brief downward dog. So lift the pelvis up, and now we're going to start to find our way more onto the feet. And we're going to start with a lunge. So you could now look forward to hands and then step your right foot forward to hands, finding a runner's lunge pose. And from here, really ground your right foot. Now leave your left hand on the mat. We're going to inhale, twist to the right arm reaching up. Make sure your feet are stable, because now we're going to twist back. Bring the right hand down, turn left foot on the mat, and then left arm lifting us up into warrior two, and continue into reverse warrior. Left hand comes down onto left leg, and right arm reaching over into a side bend, reverse warrior. And this is our flow for the next about 5 to 10 breaths. So from here, we're going to exhale, come back down into that lunge. You can windmill the arms, turn left heel up, left hand down, and then twist back to the right. Again, right arm reaching up. And we do that same again. Right arm comes down, bring left foot on the mat, and inhale up warrior two, and continue into that reverse warrior. Make sure you keep breathing. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. And again, we're going to come down. I suggest we exhale down, turn the left heel up, left hand down, and twist to the right. 2 more times. Right arm down, left foot grounding and lifting up. Warrior two and reverse warrior. Keep the right knee bent. And we're going to go down. I suggest exhaling. Good. Windmill the arms down, left heel turning up, twist to the right. So it's one continuous movement. 1 more time. We're going to come into those warrior 2 feet, lift the back up, open the chest, reverse warrior, maybe looking down to the left foot this time. Breathe here, keep the legs strong. And then we're going to come back into that lunge once more. Now bring both hands down to turn the left heel up, and then bring your left knee onto the mat. And we're going to slide that right leg behind us. So we're on all fours, but right leg extended behind us. You can adjust your hands. And now from here, keep your spine in that neutral. And first, just lift your right leg up into the air behind you. Trying to keep the weight in the center. Now you can either stay here, or you can bend that right knee and start to reach left arm behind you, coming into tiger pose. Either just keep the left arm in the air, or reach left hand to touch, to hold the right foot, and then you might start to move into more of a back bend. Very much we need to use a core here. I find myself a bit wobbly as I'm trying to talk at the same time. So
So take a couple of breaths. Maybe focus your eyes onto something that's not moving. You're balancing as well. And then if you're holding the foot, release the foot. Bring the left hand down. Bring both knees to the mat. And we're going to lift back into downward dog. Lifting the pelvis up. Head dropping down. And from here, we're going to walk hands and feet together. Somewhere maybe in the middle of the mat. And shift all the weight onto the feet. Round the back into full forward bend. Now maybe here, hold your elbows so you really release all the weight off the hands. Head drops down. And then we're going to slowly roll up. So release the hands, bend the knees, and then press the feet down, roll the back up. And now you can reach both arms up towards the ceiling. Open the chest. And exhale, lower the hands and arms down. We're still going to continue on this side as we come into the dancer pose. We're going to stand on the left foot and we're going to bend the right knee. So same leg as you had in the tiger pose, and now reach your right hand, so same side hand, to that right foot or ankle. And as you inhale, reach left arm either in front of you or up towards the ceiling. You can stay here in your dancer pose or exhale, start to reach the chest forward, and at the same time let the pelvis tilt forward, very gently kicking the right leg up and back behind you, but especially back. So kind of when your upper body reaches forward, you're using that right leg to balance behind you. And keep breathing. Standing leg could be bent or straight. The lower belly still lifting in. And then inhale, lift back to center, bring thighs together and release the feet, release the arms. You can roll the shoulders. And second balancing pose, shift the weight onto your right foot and now lift your left knee towards the belly, towards the chest. Bring hands around the knee. Check your hips are about in the same level. And now you can stay here, or you could release the arms and keep the knee hovering. So these are the first options. Or you could go all the way into head to knee pose, round the back, reach hands to your left foot. And then next breath, start to extend the left foot in front of you. It doesn't need to be fully straight, but kind of just the foot kicking forward. You might even round your back lower down. Even bring head to the left knee if that feels. You can still balance there. Find your edge, find your shape. You're still balancing, you're strengthening the core, you're strengthening that standing leg wherever you are. Take another breath in and out wherever you are. And then bend the left knee, lift your back up, open the chest, and then release your both feet down. You can roll the shoulders a couple of times. And from here, we're going to slowly make our way to the second side, starting from those planks. So first inhale, reach arms up, open the chest. And exhale, dive down into full forward bend, head dropping down. You can shake the head. And then walk into downward dog. Walk your hands and feet apart. Again, finding that lifting up through the pelvis, grounding the hands. We're going to go into the side planks. So now, kind of slowly shift the weight forward. Again, you might need to adjust your hands. And this time we're going to twist out to the left first. So right hand stays down. And inhale, reach left arm up. Turn to the left side of the mat. exhale, bring left hand down. We go to the other side. So now inhale, reach the right arm up. Open the chest. Exhale, right hand comes down. We do another 4 times. Inhale to the left. Press the mat away with the right arm. And exhale, left hand down. Inhale, turn to the right. And again, keep your ankles, your feet flexed. Helps you to protect the ankles and also helps with the balance. Once more to each side. Inhaling to lift. And exhale, left hand down. So once more, keep pressing the left arm, the left shoulder away. And then bring your right hand down. And again, bring both knees down and round the back into child's pose. You could lift hands onto fingertips. Let the pelvis sink down. Breathe here. And then we're going to come back into downward dog. So ground your hands, lift onto hands and knees, and lift the pelvis up. Ready to bring the weight back onto the feet. So now you could look forward and then step your left foot to your hands so that your left knee is about on top of the left ankle. And we're going to twist first. So now right hand stays down. We're going to inhale, twist out to the left. So this was the flow where we're going to move between this twist and that reverse warrior. Okay, we're going to exhale, bring the left arm down, bring right foot on the mat, and then inhale up to warrior 2, and we continue into that reverse warrior. Keep the left knee bent, open the left side into a side bend. And we're going to do this again. So coming down, and turn the right heel up, right hand down, and then twist out to the left. You might even look up if that feels good. And we continue. Left arm down, right foot down. Inhale up to warrior 2 and reverse warrior. So again, we try to make it one continuous movement. Let's go back down. So coming down to that lunge, twisting to the left. Arms are just using that windmill motion. And lift arm down, right foot down. Inhaling up and reverse warrior. 2 more times. We're going to go down to that lunge. Twist out to the left. Open the chest. Keep the right knee off the mat. And then left hand down, right foot down, up and over towards the right leg. Keep breathing all the time. 1 more full round. So twisting down to that lunge, opening the chest. And exhale, left hand down, right foot down. And last reverse warrior. Maybe look to the right foot. Keep the left knee bent. And then we go back down, windmill the arms. Turn the right heel up. And now bring your right knee down. And then coming on to kind of all 3s, I would say, because we're going to extend the left leg behind us. So we have the left leg extended, both hands, the right knee down. And then we're going to keep first the spine neutral, lift the left leg up, hovering and finding your balance. And if you feel this is a good place to be now, stay here or start to bend that left knee. And then to balance more, you could lift the right arm up next to your side or even reach the right hand to the left foot. And then start to find more of a back bend, opening the chest. And again, really focus on the core, focus on the balance. But still breathing. You might be breathing more to the chest. So you can keep the belly gently drawn in. And then slowly, if you're holding the foot, release the foot down. Bring hands down. Bring both knees onto the mat and lift back into downward dog. Head drops down. You can shake the head. And again, we're going to walk the feet and hands together in the middle of the mat and release the hands. And you choose again if you want to hold the elbows or if you just want to hang the arms down. Knees can be bent, or you might extend the legs more this time. How does the forward bend feel? One more breath here. And then release the hands down, bend the knees and roll back up. Feet pressing down, arms reaching up. And exhale, release the hands, the arms down. We have those two balancing poses standing up. And we're going to start by bringing weight onto the right foot. And we're going to bend the left knee for that dancer pose. Reach your left hand either to left foot or ankle, and then right arm lifting in front of you or up towards the ceiling. Find the inner thighs, and you can stay here. Or exhale, start to send your chest forward, looking forward. You can find a focus point and you can use that left leg to reach gently back. Still focus on the inner thighs here as well. So you can don't let the left knee escape out to the side. The breath might be going more to the chest, but keep on breathing. Standing leg could be also bent. And then slowly lift back up to the center. Thighs say hello to each other. Release the feet, release the arms. And we go into the head to knee pose. And we had different options here. So first, lift your right knee towards the chest, towards the belly, and you can hold the knee with your hands. Or if you want, release the arms. That makes your core, hip flexors work even harder. Or then you had the last option to reach hands to that right foot. So you start to round your back. Again, standing knee could bend. And then kicking the right leg forward. I suggest inhaling, reaching forward. Exhale, see if you can bend just a bit further down with your upper body. You might even bring hip to the knee if you feel that's manageable with your balance. Keep shoulders drawn away from the ears. Take another breath in and out. And then bend the right knee, lift your back up, open the chest, and then release the feet down. You can move your feet, move your shoulders. And then we just have a few more movements down on the mat. We're not going to relax yet, so still one or two stronger movements. When you're ready, inhale to lengthen arms up. And exhale again, diving down into that full forward bend. Let your head release down. You can shake the head. And then we're going to walk into plank. And we're going to come all the way down onto elbows for this last plank. So we're going to do one plank in the center and then side planks. But we do these now on the elbows. So first find your way to the center. You'll find a long line from hip to your heels. These are the last strong movements we have. So you can put all the energy you have left into now these planks. Keep pressing the elbows on the mat, pushing the floor away. And lifting in through the lower belly. Don't let the pelvis collapse. Inner thighs reaching together. Use the breath to engage the core. One more breath in the middle. And then shift left arm more to the center and then turn towards the right side of the mat. Now again, flex your feet, and the feet could be kind of behind and in front of each other. Side plank. Press the left elbow down. The right arm could reach up. You can also bring the right hand onto your right side. Another 2 breaths here. Shaking is very, very fine. And then we change to the other side. So bring the right arm down. Turn to the left side of the mat. Again, flex your feet. Open the chest. And left arm could reach up, or left hand next to the left side. And we keep breathing. Keep your knees straight. Keep lifting the right side away from the mat. 2 more breaths. And then bring both arms down, elbows down. Bring the knees to the mat. And we're going to round back into a brief child's pose. And then you might bring arms next to the sides if that releases the shoulders more. Just take a few deeper, a bit slower breaths in and out. And after your few breaths, slowly bring yourself up. And we're going to come into a seat and roll down, lying on the back. Make sure you have a bit of room, a bit of space on each side. Find your back, your head, your shoulders on the mat. And then we're going to swing the legs a few times from side to side. Now we come into that relaxed part. We're going to do a twist to both sides and then Shavasana pose, the resting pose. And let's first bring both knees to the right side of the mat. You could bend the knees if you want, or you might straighten one leg more than the other. Maybe open the left arm out to the side if that feels good. To kind of open a bit through the shoulders, the chest as well after all those planks. And now let the belly soften. Let the core soften. And let your breaths sink all the way down to the deepest corners of that core to create some space and release. So now time to start letting go of that effort, that work the core has been doing. Take another breath here. And then slowly with the next breath or two, bring legs up to center. And bring legs to the left side of the mat. So going into that same twist on the other side. Again, you decide if you want to open now the right arm. You want to keep the legs bent. Might be that you're doing the twist a bit differently on this second side. And now here, let the exhalations just release. No more drawing in through the belly. Now the exhalations are just helping us to let go of the tension we've been creating, we've been building up to strengthen the body. Now it's time to rest and relax. Take another breath in and out. And then again, slowly start to find your way back to the center. If you want to hug the knees to the chest, you're very welcome to do that. If there's a movement you need to do, let yourself do that. Because in the next pose I'm suggesting is Shavasana pose, our final resting pose. So when you feel ready, let yourself find your resting pose. It could be on the back. You might lie down on the belly. Or maybe there's a different pose where you want to rest. It could be any shape, any pose. If it's a good idea in your pose, you might bring hands on the belly, on the ribs, to feel your breath. You might close your eyes. And just find a calm, soft flow in your breath that you can follow with your mind, and let your physical body soften, relax with each exhalation. Soften your jaw, soften your face, your neck, your shoulders. And just give yourself a moment to rest after that strong flow. As you stay longer, if you need to adjust anything in your pose, you're very welcome to make changes. So make sure you feel comfortable. There's no right or wrong way to rest. But it's important that you feel restful, you feel comfortable in that pose. And just take a moment to breathe. Let's take a few more breaths here together in this resting pose. But if you feel that you've just arrived in your Shavasana pose and you'd like to make this longer, you'd like to take a longer resting pose, then go for it. I highly encourage you to make this as long as you feel that it's needed today. As well, you'll have the option to slowly start moving the body, wiggling the fingers, the toes. Maybe open the eyes and slowly start to find your way up into a seat. If you feel
it's time for you to end the practice. You could bring yourself up into a seat. Like I said, you might still enjoy a longer Shavasana pose. Feel free to do that. If you are now ending your practice, you could bring palms together in front of the chest. And as always, as we reach the end, make sure you thank yourself for taking time to look after yourself. Thank yourself for starting the new year with some movement, some yoga, some deeper breaths. And I thank you very, very much for joining in. And I wish to see you more during this next new year. Thank you. Namaste. Good. Before you go, please, if you like the practice, give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you know that there's someone else in your life who might need some yoga, then please share the channel and the video with them. It really helps the channel to grow. Thank you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.